So I've been using the new Corsair HS80 Rgb wireless headset for over a week now, and it's time to give you guys my experience using this as a gaming headset while also listening to music and watching movies. Now over the past year and a half here on the channel, we've checked out a ton of headsets from Corsair, all in which had a similar approach. This one kind of changes things up a little bit though. It has that ski goggle type headband that you see on the SteelSeries models without the retractable arms on the headband. In the box, you get the headset with a wireless USB transmitter, USB charging cable, and quick start guide. Similar to what you got with the Virtuoso. However, unlike the Virtuoso, this doesn't have a detachable microphone, which is something I've always disliked with gaming headsets in today's era. I feel like most gamers and streamers use USB or XLR microphones in their setups, and having a mic always attached on the headset becomes a nuisance down the road. Like the Virtuoso, this headset comes in around the same weight, 367 grams, so not too heavy when you first put them on. Clamping force, however, well, that's another matter which we will discuss later on. For design, the first thing I noticed when I took this out of the box is how clean it looks. Just like the Delta Rogue S we reviewed a few weeks back, it sports this dope matte black colorway with the Corsair logo at the top that's fully customizable with its RGB in the ASUS software. All of your controls are on the left ear cup. You have your power button along with your volume rocker and USB Type-C charging port. That's it. No 3.5mm port on this model. You also have the microphone which is attached and functions similar to most other headsets to where it turns on and off by flipping the mic itself up and down. You're greeted with a soothing voice when doing so, confirming the mic is on or off. Now the volume rocker also doubles as an equalizer toggle if you'd like to press and shuffle between different presets that you have set up on this headset. You also have an LED indicator that shows you the current battery status ranging from red to orange to green. Speaking of battery life, you get up to 20 hours on a full charge, and I'd say that's with the RGB lighting turned off. Expect to get somewhere around 15 hours with it turned on, possibly even less. The headset's definitely built to last. It has a high-end feel to it, constructed primarily of a lightweight machined aluminum for increased durability. The ear cups are made of a plush premium fabric that feels super comfortable around the ears, unlike the Virtuoso where it feels like your ears are actually touching the speakers. Now the ear cups also fold 90 degrees for that added convenience, and you also get Corsair Slipstream technology with this headset, giving you up to 60 feet of range, which I'd say was fairly accurate testing it up in the game room and down here in the studio. For functionality, you can use this with your PC, PS5, Mac, and PlayStation 4. It sports 50mm drivers with a frequency response range of 20Hz to 40,000 kHz. Most of my experience with this headset was done on my PS5 and PC, where audio performance was my main focus. So how was it in game? I'd say it was decent, nothing mind-blowing, but you guys have to understand I come from using higher end models like the Mobius and the Quantum 800 for my daily headsets. Positional audio was great, and I was able to hear explosions off into the distance as well as gunfire and footsteps with a clear sense of where gunfights were going down. Now pairing this up with the spatial audio and Dolby Atmos made everything much more immersive and intense. It sounded great when combined with Dolby, so if you're on PC you'll have a great time with this headset. Even if you connect your PS5 to your PC and listen to games that way, you can experience the full effect. However, if you are standalone on a console, it just doesn't feel like it has the power that I'm used to, so keep that in mind. Now for comfort, if you have anything smaller than my massive head, you should be just fine. It's a super comfortable headset. For me, I felt like in those longer sessions that clamping force, especially when wearing a hat, was a bit too tight. Now let's go ahead and take this up into the game room and stack up the microphone quality against some of my other current favorite gaming headsets while we also check out the software and some of its other features. Alright guys, so now we're up here in the game room. This is a soundproof room. If you've never been here before, this is where we like testing out the microphones on the gaming headsets, the USB microphones, and so on. Now a couple things I did want to cover before we get into the mic test here is first and foremost, you can use this headset as a wire connection through USB. It doesn't have a 3.5mm connection, so keep that in mind. Second of all, the clamping force. It's rather tight for someone like me. I do have a massive head, so if you're someone that's got a larger head and you do wear glasses, just note that it may get somewhat uncomfortable, especially in those longer sessions. Now, I don't experience this too much. I think the last time I had this issue was with the Turtle Beach Stealth 700 Gen 2s that we reviewed a couple months back. The clamping force was rather tight. It may loosen up over time with this ski goggle design, but you can't really adjust those arms. They don't slide on the headband, so it's kind of tight for me. That's the main point that I want to make. Third of all, noise isolation. You can hear some stuff around you. I can hear my fan right now and stuff like that, but when I'm gaming and I have the volume above half, it's not an issue. But if you're someone that's heavily dependent on active noise cancellation, just note that this headset doesn't offer that, so also keep that in mind. Now currently I'm talking to you guys on the Elgato Wave 3. Let's go ahead and switch over to the microphone on this headset so you guys can see what it sounds like in comparison. This is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Corsair HS80 wireless gaming headset. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe, and only if you end up liking this video, please make sure you smash that like button for me. Now let's go ahead and stack up the microphone quality on this headset versus the Audeze Penrose, the Audeze Mobius, the Corsair Virtuoso, and the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless. This is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Corsair HS80 wireless gaming headset. This is what the microphone quality sounds like on the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless gaming headset. This is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Audeze Penrose gaming headset. This is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Corsair Virtuoso gaming headset. This is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Audeze Mobius
gaming headset. Once again, this is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Corsair HS80 wireless gaming headset. Once again, this is what the microphone quality sounds like on the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless gaming headset. Once again, this is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Audeze Penrose gaming headset. Once again, this is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Corsair Virtuoso gaming headset. Once again, this is what the microphone quality sounds like on the Audeze Mobius gaming headset. Let me know down below in the comment section which one of these you guys think sounded the best. For me, it's always been the Corsair Virtuoso and the Audeze Mobius.
Alright, so now we're in the Corsair ICU software. Now the first thing you'll notice is your scenes here on the left. If you don't want to set your own color patterns, you can do that by selecting one of these scenes here and making it simple upon yourself. If you want to go ahead and set the receiver to pair with multiple different devices, you can select the multi-point connection down here, or if you're strictly PlayStation, you can just select that. Or even if you lose your receiver, say for example, you can pair a new one here. So pretty straightforward, nothing really complicated in here. Most of the bulk of these settings are going to be over here in the headset itself. Starting with lighting effects. You have a ton of different presets you can choose from. You can set up your own custom lighting link. Most of the lighting obviously is on the logo itself on this headset, but you can also adjust the color shift. You can set the speed for alternating random colors. All that's done in here. Next up, you have your equalizer. Now this is where I'd say most of the important settings are. If you're trying to find the perfect equalizer settings for your first-person shooter game that you're playing, such as Call of Duty, you can do that stuff in here. On the left side, you have your general tab where you can adjust the microphone volume and the side tone. And then you also have some similar presets that you've seen before with the headsets like the Virtuoso and stuff like that. You have your Pure Direct, Movie Theater, FPS Competition, Clear Chat, Bass Boost, and then Call of Duty. Well, this is the one that I've always used here. This is the one I have set up. You guys can go ahead and copy this. This is what I primarily use with my Corsair headsets when I'm playing first-person shooters. Now, aside from lighting effects and the equalizer, you have your device settings here. This is where you can update your firmware, check your current battery status, set your brightness on the headset, auto shut off for the headset. So say you walk away and you don't want the battery to die, you can have it shut off after 10 minutes of not using the headset. You can show your battery gauge in the notification area, which I would actually recommend so you don't have to dive deep into the settings to check your battery life. Voice prompts, disable LED when mic is active, and you also have your USB wireless receiver pairing mode as well here. So in case you're having pairing issues, you can do that in here or in the receiver itself in the other part of this software. So that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward, pretty bare bones in the software, really easy to set up, and you guys shouldn't have any issues with it. Now, another test I always like doing for you guys up here in the game room is to see how much keyboard clicking the microphones on these headsets pick up. So we're about 1.5 feet away from the keyboard here. Alright, it doesn't seem to be picking up anything, which is definitely good. It may pick up a little bit when I start talking because obviously you guys know that's where my noise gate opens up here in OBS. So yeah, whether you guys plan on using this headset for streaming, recording, talking to your friends in party chat, Discord, game chat, whatever it is, that's what the microphone quality sounds like, and that's how much keyboard clicking it actually picks up. Overall, you get a wireless RGB headset that sports a nice, clean, minimalist design with decent sound quality for $150. It doesn't have Bluetooth or active noise cancellation, so not having that 3.5mm connection may cause concerns for some gamers out there. I'd say the clamping force and not being able to detach the microphone are the only two things that really bother me with this headset. For me personally, I'm still going with the JBL Quantum 800. It's almost the same price when I can find that on deal, and that's a wireless headset that offers active noise cancellation and Bluetooth functionality that's on a different level when it comes to gameplay and hearing footsteps. So hands down, I would take the JBL Quantum 800 over this headset, or any other headset for that matter when it comes to value for the money. As always, I'm curious to know what you guys think, so make sure you let me know down below where you'll also find the links to everything that we covered in today's video. If you want to see more, go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DetroitFury. And if you enjoyed this content, please make sure you smash that like button for me, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, it really helps me out. Thank you so much for watching, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.